So making a mixed number into an improper fraction, that is what you guys remember from 5th grade is like this circle of life thing that you did. But you multiply the denominator times the whole number and then add the numerator.
Yes.
So it's multiply here and then add here. So 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13. And your denominator stays the same. Okay. So you've got to remember that. So do the next one on your own real quick. What do you think that one would be?
Like
5/3 over 6. What did... 5 and 3, 6. What do we got?
33 over 6.
Yeah, so 6 times 5 is 30. Add the 3, you get 33 over 6. Okay. So that's making a mixed number into an improper fraction. You will need to do that today and for this section. Multiplying with a combination of fractions and mixed numbers or two mixed numbers together, it's the same steps. First step, make all of your mixed numbers improper fractions. Okay, that's the first step. So if you have any mixed numbers, make them improper fractions. So I have how many mixed numbers here in this problem? Just one. 1 and 1/2. So 2 times 1 plus 1 gives me 3 over 2. So 3 over 2, my other fraction stays the same. It's 1 over 3. Okay. When you multiply, the nice thing about this is you don't have to have common denominators. So this is where we're going to make a mistake. Okay? I'll tell you this now. You're going to get confused when it comes to the test. You're going to think, oh, when I add and subtract, I've got to make common denominators. Oh, so when I multiply, I've got to make common denominators. Or you're going to think the opposite. Okay? You're going to goof it up. So you have to somehow remember that adding and subtracting, common denominators. Multiplying, don't need common denominators. Okay? You guys just got to know that and get there. I don't have a trick to remember that. It just comes with practice and probably making some mistakes along the way. If you do make common denominators with multiplication, it's not going to change the answer. It just adds extra steps in the end. Okay? So, all right. We have two fractions. One is a regular fraction. One is an improper fraction. 1/3 times 3/2. Step 2 is just multiply across the top and multiply across the bottom.
Really?
So 1 times 3 is
3.
3. 3 times 2 is
6.
6. Then step 3 says write your answer in simplest form. So does anything fit into 3 and 6?
Yeah. 1/2.
The simplest form would be 1/2, so that means that 3 fits in here and 3 fits in here. So we divide by 3, which gives us 1/2. Final answer. Sometimes you'll end up with an improper fraction there, and you've got to change it back to a mixed number. In this case, we end up just with a regular fraction. So multiplying, make them both so you don't have that whole number there. So either regular fraction and improper fraction, multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. Try this one. Now you have 2 improper fractions. So do this one on your own in a minute. Did you get 5 over 2 times 4 over 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Step number 2.
So step 2 is just multiply.
Oh, I still got that one.
5 times 4 gives me 20. 2 times 3 gives me
6.
6.
6 of 20.
So we have 20 over 6. That is definitely an improper fraction. Change it back to a mixed number. Do you remember that? How many times does the bottom number fit into the top number? So you just do a quick division problem here. So it fits in there 3 times. With how many left over?
2.
So 3 is your whole number. The leftovers on top. Denominator on the bottom. Now you have to look at that 2 over 6. Can you make that any simpler?
Yeah.
What can 2/6 become?
1/3.
Can become 1/3. 2 fits into both of those. 3 and 1/3 should be your final answer. Okay?
Now it's your turn.
Now it's your turn to do a couple. So try these. Couple on the back. Completely on your own. And then we'll check the answers. Alright, let's work through the first one. We got 1 and 1/5 times 2/3. What does my mixed number become as an improper fraction, Happiness?
6 over 5 times
6
2
over
over 3.
Times 2 over 3. Okay? When you multiply 6 times 2 and 5 times 3, you get what, Happiness?
12 over 5. 15.
12 over 15. Thank you. Does anything fit into 12 and 15?
Yes.
3 does. So let's divide by 3 and divide by 3. So we get 4 over 5. Final answer. Okay? All right, one more to do. Do that one if you're not done yet. Finish it up.